What's going on, Jackson State? This is Michael here with another JSU video game update. Now this week I'm doing things differently. Usually I just play games and preview them and tell you what you should think of them. This time I'm going to do a review of a certain game I've been following for the past few years. So let's get it started. Devil May Cry is a long-running action franchise that puts you in the steel-toe boots of Dante at Demon Slayer, a white-haired demon hunter with a pair of dual pistols named Ebony and Ivory, and the Sword of Sparta. It was the first action game that lets you switch between guns and swords on the fly and offered a style meter that tested the players to rise from D ranks to S ranks, and a top button to annoy enemies and build your devil trigger, all the while making you look and feel like a total badass. With 3 more games, we would see Dante on his many adventures, but not in the ways that fans expected. This is where the roller coaster that is Devil May Cry begins.
Devil May Cry. Sorry, we closed at 9. Again, no password. I can't seem to get any real business.
Whoa, slow down, babe.
Well, well, what do we have here? Nature calls? It's in the back.
So, you must be the handyman who'll take any dirty job.
Devil May Cry 1 is primarily about Dante meeting a demon woman named Trish, who then takes Dante to Melee Island to defeat the evil Demon King Mundus. The game was a classic. I remember the first time when I saw Dante shooting a motorcycle. Man, it was awesome.
Are you really the son of the legendary Dark Knight Sparta? Didn't your daddy teach you how to use a sword?
A sword. Time to go to work, guys.
However, Devil May Cry 2 changed everything that made the first game good, and it, well, suffered from it. Dante was no longer the laid-back but serious demon hunter. Instead, he was just, well, serious. And his cardboard-thin sidekick didn't really do the game much service. Well, that and the game was very boring. Easier bosses and no real memorable moments really made that game pretty bad. It almost seemed like an end to the DmC series. Well, that was until Devil May Cry 3. Devil May Cry 3 took everything the first and second game did and improved it all tenfold. The combat was faster and more complex thanks to its new style system. The style system that players changed with the way Dante fights, from Swordmaster to Gunslinger to Doppelganger and Trickster. It added so much more to the combat and a, well, slightly more lenient ranking system, with the addition of 2 more S ranks to achieve, making the players work for what they paid for. I still love getting the Triple S rating, though it's not as hard as it was when I was younger, but it's still just damn fun to get Triple S rating. Not to mention all the unlockable content, as well as more of an insight on Dante's brother Virgil.
Good.
So after years of waiting, I was finally happy to see them announce DmC 4. Much to my surprise, however, it wasn't about Dante, it was about a new character, Nero. Nero was much more younger than Dante, a bit more brash and angry for the woman he's in love with that he's fighting for. Period.
I swear it! I swear I'm gonna get us out of here! Together, Kenny! Kenny!
Now don't get me wrong, I had fun as Nero and the game was fun, but it was easier and it honestly felt like they just tacked on Dante for old time's sake. While yes, I had fun with the combat system, everything else in the game just felt stale to me. It wasn't as fun as Devil May Cry 3 and it honestly felt like it was getting old. And personally, I was no huge fan of the way Dante was in this game. Though yes, this game is set after Devil May Cry 1, he still seems to act like he did in Devil May Cry 3, with a more laid-back attitude.
Wish you would have noticed me earlier. Now my coat's all charred.
So with all this, we see the Devil May Cry franchise just goes all over the place in terms of story, but always changes the way the combat felt compared to the last. No one knew what to expect with DmC 5. Would it be better than DmC 3, or is it going to be worse than DmC 4? Well...
Young Offenders Rehabilitation Program. Subject 64432B. Psycho-evaluation treatment. Day 13. Resume. What is your name? I will ask you again. My name is Dante.
Now if that last video didn't light a fire under your ass, I don't know what will. After years of waiting, fans thought they were getting DmC 5, but instead the exact opposite. A new Dante and a new version of the series they loved. So began the 3-year controversy that is DmC Devil May Cry. The game came under a tidal wave of hate. The most and sadly vocal comments for a long time and still somewhat were about Dante's appearance and hair. Much of this made fans of the actual gameplay. You know, the thing that matters the most in DmC? The people who had legitimate concerns felt the combat was inferior and downgraded compared to the previous titles, with an engine that won't allow the game to run at 60 FPS and the game itself being capped at 30. Fans painted a very grim picture for the series before any real gameplay was shown. Then also being developed by a Western studio, Ninja Theory, whom they didn't think had the right or were even good enough to make a DmC title.
It was written, that 23 years ago, in the year of the Fire Horse, a deity would be reborn in the body of a mortal man. A savior, destined to unite our people and show us the way to the Promised Land. Instead, I was born.
Keep the sword safe. With every age, there is one. I am the one. Let's try to get to know each other a little bit better. What do you say?
I'm going to kill you. The sword does have power. I can feel it.
Ninja Theory are a Cambridge-based studio who are most famous for their PS3 launch title Heavenly Sword, a fun and for the time being beautiful action game that brought lifelike characters and action to the next-gen era. They would later do action platformer Enslaved, another character-based action game that was fun, but just missing something. So Capcom hired them to reboot the much-loved Devil May Cry franchise. Sadly, because of this, Ninja Theory was put under much undeserved scrutiny because of many reasons. The most famous is the creative director, Tamim Antoinode's eerily similar haircut to the old DmC trailer, causing fans to think he modeled the character after himself. As well as an article that Ninja Theory did not do, saying how DmC fans are to blame for Enslaved's poor sales. This, among many things, made Ninja Theory out to be the worst developers of this day and age, which I find really unfair because, again, Capcom told them to change everything. But what does that have to do with anything with the reboot? How about I just shut up and show you some footage?
Too late. You're gonna have to fight your way out.
Back in limbo. Bad day for a hangover. Get your filthy fucking claw off my trailer. Missed. Time for a little rebellion. You wanna fight? Let's go.
This time around, DmC storyline is more contemporary in a modern setting. Demons are in control of human lives. People are kept fat and stupid and misinformed, and are constantly monitored by the big man in control. You guessed it, Mundus.
You have a good night, Mr. President.
Did you get it, my darling?
Over $1 trillion.
Oh.
Soon I will own everything worth owning. I will control the world through debt. I have absolute power.
Mundus this time around is a businessman who basically owns the world. He still retains his godly personality, though I wish he had more screen time and wasn't the typical villain number 12.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
A loose end.
A loose end, what?
The son of the traitor Sparta, Dante.
Him.
He's still out there.
The hunters will find him. They found Sparta and his whore. And when they do...
I will rip open his chest with my bare hands and feast on his beating heart.
Mundus is also cited by his sexy mistress Lilith.
To unwind.
Still sexy, right?
Now there is a face only a mother could love.
It's here.
And then there's
in the
Cat,
rifts.
the only human character
We
in the
can
game.
create gateways to and from Limbo.
Doesn't smell too good. What's in the can?
A compound I created based on an old Wiccan recipe. Sea salt, shark oil, iron shavings, desiccated squirrel semen, wolf hair.
Good stuff.
She's Dante's human side and helps him come to terms with his humanity, as well as guide him through certain parts in the game.
Okay, listen to me. We don't have much time. Get down on your knees. Put your hands up. Do not fight back.
I'm scared. What will they do to me?
All you need to do is hold on for as long as you can. I will come back for you.
What about the characters we care more about,
remember
Dante
this
and
place?
Virgil? Well, check them
I
out.
remember coming here. My mother used to bring us here. Tell me everything.
Some things have always been. There have always been angels. There have always been demons. And they've always been at war. 9 millennia ago, one demon rose through the ranks to take power over the dark hordes. The strongest, the cruelest. Mundus. But Mundus did not rise alone. At his right hand was his most trusted lieutenant, his blood brother.
Sparta.
But Sparta betrayed him. He fell in love with an angel, Eva. The secret union between angel and demon was inconceivable. But it happened. And with it came new life. Twin boys. You and I. A hybrid of the warring angel and demon races. When Mundus learned of Sparta's betrayal, his fury knew no limit. He hunted the lovers down. Eva was murdered by his own hand. And for Sparta, he demanded a more brutal fate. Endless punishment and pain. But even as Eva was destroyed, and Sparta was imprisoned for eternity, each knew that the seed for their revenge had already been sown. Because according to legend, the only beings that can slay a demon king are Nephilim, a hybrid of angel and demon. Those hybrids now exist, you and I. Mundus believed that only one child was born, but there were 2 Nephilim, and each had been hidden well. Sparta armed his sons. The rebellion for Dante. The Yamato for Virgil.
So, Mundus killed our mom and imprisoned our dad.
Yes.
And we're the offspring of angels and demons.
Demon father, angel mother. We are Nephilim. The only ones that can slay the Demon King.
Good. How?
This time around, Dante's more brash than finesse in style. He's pissed.
I remember
he hates
my
demons for
mother.
what they did to his family and wants revenge.
Her name was Eva. She gave this to me. I had a brother too. We were a family. I had no idea of the danger we were in. The demons found us. When they broke in, I saw him. She gave her life so that we could escape. I will never forget what he did to her.
But sees no other reason to live but to just fight. And, well, fight.
Hey, Snake Eye!
It's really nice to see Dante portrayed with more of a human attitude, and his actor Tim Phillips gives him a good performance. Though at times...
Who are you, fucknut?
Virgil this time around is nothing like he was in 3. He's a hero. Of sorts. He seeks to save humanity rather than attain more power. I for one don't mind this change, because this time around Virgil gave Dante more of a reason to fight, and helps him further his goals. While yes, Virgil is much different in face, he still has a deep desire for power, and seeks something more than just fighting against the demons. Then again, there is the DLC titled Virgil's Downfall, so I'm just going to let you guess on that one. It's good to see all these characters develop, though I wish they could have had more time with Mundus and Lilith, and some of the bad language scenes seemed really pointless. So please, Ninja Theory, if you do make a DMC 2, no cursing. It sounds stupid at times.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Now what?
This tunnel will lead you to the succubus.
How do I get down there?
Can only get there from Limbo. I can't follow.
What is that, an egg timer?
It's a vial containing a spell I made from a variety of...
I don't need to know.
You jump, I twist.
Are you serious?
Trust me.
I jump, you twist.
Good luck.
Now visually, DmC looks fantastic. It is one of the best looking Devil May Cry to date. The way the world of Limbo shifts and shapes is very awesome.
I have created this gauntlet.
Though, of course, because of the Unreal Engine, there are texture pop-ins ever so often, and there are 2 moments where I noticed the background was just a picture for the shifting worlds. Nice try. The music this time around is done by Combichrist and Noisia. Noisia handles the ambiance, the moody world music, and the boss themes, while Combichrist covers all the combat music throughout the various missions. I find the music in this game to be quite good. The varied mixture of metal, electronica, and drum and bass makes for some pretty intense combat scenarios. Well, the only problem I notice with fans is that they tend to think the soundtrack is more dubstep than anything, which is further from the truth. Now for the reason people have been talking about this game, the combat. Fast, fun, and accessible are words I like to describe DmC's combat. Fans were outraged to find out there were no longer style systems, lock-on, or a taunt button in this game. Though Capcom and Ninja Theory described his combat as complex yet accessible, which is true. The combat still retains the basics from Devil May Cry 1, and some of the more complex, stylish moves from Devil May Cry 3. Think of it as a nice mixture. Instead of having all these separate styles to pick and choose from every time you go back to a divinity statue or the mission screen, instead, you can do that with each weapon, such as the Scythe that does one of Nero's moves, as well as Prop Shredder, and being able to do moves like Inverse Rainstorm and Rainstorm on the fly, as well as Fireworks in the shotgun. So you still have the stylish moves in there, though no style system will discourage a lot of fans who are huge fans of Devil May Cry 3's combat. Though no, the game does not have any style system, it still has a stance system which lies on the Angel and Demon forms, enabling the player to switch from 6 melee weapons and 3 guns all at once. Herein lies the problem. While it's fun to switch from all these weapons all at once, there are these color-coded enemies that are thrown into the mix. Meaning if it's red, you attack with red, if it's blue, you attack with blue, blah blah blah. This means some later fights in games which get more chaotic when you have enemies from both color variants, which tend to make fights more frustrating than they are hard. I'm looking at you, Witch. Then the other problem with the game, it's boss fights. While visually they are impressive, they are too damned easy. I mean, in DmC 1 the bosses were hard, and in 3 they were even harder but gave you a chance to fight back. Hell, I still say the second boss in Devil May Cry 3 was the best boss fight I've ever had in ages. Here, it's just opposite, which really leaves me disappointed. Are they fun? Yes. But are they hard? Hell no. Another one of the issues fans had was in the ranking system. If you're a seasoned DmC player, then achieving the Triple S ranking is no problem. Don't believe me?
Crazy.
So no, I don't think it's easier to get the Triple S rating. However, I believe the problem lies in the ranking system's speed at which it decreases. See, recently they patched the game to where it goes back down to regular S, then Triple S throughout each fight, but even if you're idle or just walking around and taking up too much time, it still won't decrease past S, and when it does, it takes forever for it to get back down. I really think they need to balance it out when they patch this game again, to balance it out between going up fast and going down. Because that's what matters in the style system, is pressuring the player to get that Triple S rating and maintain it. Another issue with the ranking system is again the end of the mission ranking system. At the end of every mission in all the Devil May Cry games, it will rate you in your performance. Now usually when I play Devil May Cry's 1 through 4, I will say the more the comfortable A through S ratings with a couple B's not mixed in there. However in DmC, if you look at the leaderboards for any of your friends' scores, straight S's. That's a problem. The game's being too damn lenient on you, even if you are a newcomer to the series. It's giving you too much of an advantage saying, hey, you still did really good even though you died like 11 times. There was literally a mission where I died 11 times and still got an A ranking. That makes no sense. Now, do I think DmC Devil May Cry is the best Devil May Cry ever made? Hell no. The easy boss fights, color-coded enemies, and some bad dialogue make that so. Do I think it's a damn fine action game? Hell yes. DmC has come a long way, and while not for everyone, it's a damn fun game that I don't think anyone should pass up. So fellow DmC fans, I urge you, take off your hate cap, get out the forums and YouTube comments and try DmC. Not just the demo either. I understand your hate and reasons for not liking the game, but it's still a very fun take on the series. For everyone else, this is a damn fun action game, and I recommend you rate the game first before deciding if this game should be added to your permanent game collection. I'll be back next time, JHU with YouTube, when I review another anticipated and slightly controversial game, Metal Gear Rising. So see you guys next time. Remember, have fun.